I click to start streaming. I think it only says public in the top left, right? It doesn't say which channel.
That is correct.
Okay, so I think the only way to tell on your end is to open up the AI Study Buddy channel and go to the Live tab.
Which I'm doing right
Thank
now.
you. Thank you.
So for some reason, okay, it gives me the URL. Give me 1 second. I think I can go there.
Did you go to the main page of the channel? Because typically there will be
Yeah,
a tab.
yeah. Sorry, it is on the AI Study Buddy live stream. Yep, I could see.
Okay, thank you for confirming. Maybe we can. Do you think you could help me each time with that?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And I wait to show my visualization.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Let's start off with that. Actually, before we do that, let's talk a little bit agenda. And so I would like to set up CrewAI with Bedrock, and I'm glad that this person wrote a blog, so we don't have to figure that out too much ourselves. And that way I can experience running it with Anthropic. And then last time we left off, through prompt engineering, we got it to produce code without encapsulating it in backticks. And now we still need to test if the Python REPL tool from Langchain will function without error now. So I want to do the Bedrock. I want to test out the Python REPL, and then we should confirm that the context is working from task 1 to task 2, and then have completed the goals for this stretch. I want to see your visualization, and then I also want to discuss maybe having a slightly different format, because you mentioned it would be good to also do more of the theoretical, and I feel like we set Friday as a limit, but I feel like maybe we need to have more of a like one day this, one day that, one day this, one day that, potentially. But there's so much theoretical that I do want to learn.
Right. Agreed.
And there's a book, and we can save this discussion for a bit later, but towards the end of our session, I want to save some time to discuss which thing to use for our studying. And you had mentioned Emily Weber. So Emily wrote this, wrote like the book on pre-training large language models. Yeah, and I guess because I'm okay. Yeah, it's called. So this is the book. It would be cool to use that, and I'll ask her for permission if we can just go through the whole thing on live stream, because it would just be cool to read a book where we have a connection to the author and can ask her follow-up questions directly.
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome. So you can take over the screen share.
Yeah, let me share now.
I like how Google Meets lets you take over the screen share. I don't think I need to end it, right?
So now, this is the first time I'm joining from Safari.
Oh, okay. That's how you're managing to
right.
join incognito.
Right. So allow to share window, share screen. So share window is what I need, correct? Yeah.
No, share tab. Oh, that option might only be available in Chrome, but it should be fine because you probably don't have a bunch of private bookmarks in your Safari, right? Because you probably don't use it.
Right, but my code space. Is that from Chrome? Okay, so let me see whether I can quickly open that in the Safari.
Okay, thanks. While you pull that up, I guess I'll make a couple steps in the Bedrock.
Yeah.
And I'll just follow along with the blog here. So it's using the Bedrock module from Langchain Community LLMs. It is setting the LLM equal to Bedrock. So I'm going to comment out on GPT-4 Turbo. And it's a very similar instantiation here. So credential profile name, default. So I wonder, do I need to, will it just grab the, I always forget if I set the credentials in the terminal, will it use that or not? So we shall see. And add a reference to that LLM object, LLM equals LLM. I think that should be there already. Feel free to interrupt me once you've got your visualization ready.
Sure.
So where am I setting the LLM within the agent definition? Oh, I can reduce this. Okay, so there's the task. Oh, the agent must be higher up. Here we go. So LLM. Oh, okay. I see. I think originally the LLM was just set directly within the agent definition instead of being set as a variable previously. So I think that's just a stylistic thing, Python-wise. Probably either way should work. Although I kind of like doing it outside of it like the blogger does, because that way I can reuse that in other agents. So, and I'm going to name which LLM it is here in case I want to use an Olama agent for a different agent, so I can distinguish easily. Okay, and take out the indentation. That looks good. Okay. At that point, we should be able to run the main.py. Your visualization is ready?
Yeah, it's ready.
Okay. Let me just run this. See
yeah, go ahead, finish it. Yeah.
If it at least
no,
oh, it's called main.py. It's called simple. Oops. Oh no.
Oops.
They're temporary access keys. So if people see this on the recording, it won't work anymore anyway. But good lesson in scrolling up with my arrow in a live stream. So I just want to see if the credentials work. for connecting to Bedrock.
And while it is running, do you know today there was another model that became open. I shouldn't say open source model. It's an open model. Do you know what that is?
Another Google one became open source, right?
Exactly. Two from Google.
Gemma is one of them.
Gemma
Right?
or GEMMA?
Gamma,
Gemma, yeah.
Jama, something like that.
And they are claiming that it is on the benchmark, it is exceeding a Mistral actually.
Oh my God, that is exciting.
GEMMA, yeah. Gemma, right? Yeah, GE, yeah.
Gemma. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? It is already there in Olama actually.
Oh, that's fast.
Yes.
Wow. I guess that tells you something about Olama. I guess maybe more so than about the model itself. Probably it's very easy to make models compatible with Olama because Olama's like interoperability with Hugging Face and stuff like that. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Looks like no error. Error is related to Bedrock.
Cool.
And I definitely did comment out GPT. Yep. Yeah, we'll need to explore Olama. I don't have my history here because I went into.
Look at it. It's 3 hours ago updated. Yeah.
Oh my God, so recent. It's a pretty although I like the silly animals. I like the silly animals. Did you see I posted my new video?
No, I didn't get a chance. I'll see that.
I just mentioned it because I used silly llama that I generated with Midjourney. Yeah, see, there's a silly llama.
Got it.
Okay, but I have confirmed success with Bedrock. I am happy. I have seen the Gemma that you speak of, and you can take over your screen share.
Yeah, sure. Share your screen. You can share entire screen or window. Share to window. Okay.
I've heard of a while you share, I heard of a model that was developed sort of by like artists and thinkers as a statement piece. It blocks everything with. It'll just find a way to tell you why any possible prompt is inappropriate, and it cannot answer that. Because apparently, machine learning has had a long history from the responsible AI side of. Oh, okay, this is cool. So you can share multiple screens at the same time.
Okay, but
oh, it looks like mine is sort of paused. Is that what's happening? Like, let's see if I move this. Oh no, it's not paused. Okay, that's really cool. We can share two at the same time.
But are you seeing my code space?
I can see it.
Oh, you can see the code space, right?
Yeah, we're both presenting.
You can see the visualization, right?
Yeah, nice. So,
So
this
look at it.
visualization, how did you do that?
Yeah, so I use Python REPL, right? Again, I asked it, my task 1 writes the code, right? And then task 2 was basically running that and using the REPL. I didn't remove any backticks, nothing, right? Yeah, all did with the prompt engineering.
Did you use the as if statement?
Let's see what did I use, right? So I tried multiple things and let's see, right? Okay, let's start from here. Where is that? Okay, so agent, right? So I said person, yeah. Analyze expenses and provide insights on how much spent on each category in tabular format and generate and execute Python code to provide visualization. Use the Python REPL tool as required. Also provide savings enhancement. That is the goal. And then backstory is an expert in financial data analysis, specialized in identifying cost-cutting opportunities to enhance savings and provide recommendation to cost reduction by looking at spending categories, right? And then tools, I gave two of the custom tools. One is parse transaction and REPL tool, right? So what is parse transactions? It is nothing but all it does is read the CSV into a data frame, right? And return that as a dictionary. That's what this custom tool does that. And then second tool is REPL tool, right? So REPL is here. So basically, I'm also leveraging the Python REPL, which is nothing but from our Langchain, right? So where is that? Yeah, that you could see here, Python REPL, Python REPL function, which is coming from here, this library, right? Langchain experimental.utilities. So I'm using the REPL. And now so we just saw the agent, right? Let's go to the task. So I have two tasks, task one and task two. My first task is obviously it's called, what is that, custom task, process task. And second is my research task. So let's go to the process task. Again, this is a custom defined task. So this is my process task. So it says parse the input CSV file for expense transaction and generate Python code to perform statistical analysis on each of the expense category, which will provide insights and detailed report, right? Parse the data from CSV file. This is expected output and executable Python code as if any Python code is generated. Generate the executable Python code without any filler words or backticks. Of course, this is my prompt, right? And then
Nice.
the research task is going to remove any backticks just to be sure, right? I just
Yeah.
start remove any backticks from Python code generated from previous task and use Python REPL to execute the code, which will provide insights and visualization report. Execute Python code, a detailed report summarizing key findings, blah, 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 and all this stuff, right?
And
That's
then you
it.
had remove any backticks the third time. I think I saw there.
Sorry.
I
Yeah.
think I saw a third remove any backticks there
And
in
oh
the
yeah, yeah. Because I was so tried.
yeah, you were just putting it everywhere. I think you didn't use the as if in the way I did. I said, as if write the code and like print the code as if it is plain text. So I'm not sure if the as if part of it is what did the trick for you. I'm guessing because you put the remove backticks so many times, that's probably what did the trick.
Yeah.
But either way, it worked, and
Yeah. Look at it. And
showing
then it
that.
says,
Wow.
unfortunately, I cannot directly. Okay, anyway.
Oh, so it's just showing it in line um, with the
Code.
debugging output, right?
Right.
Sort of, because it's like the
No, right? No, it's
visualization,
not in line with that. It is in the next cell. I don't think, I'm not sure. Right?
because I think when you do show, it just shows it below the cell. But that show is part of the debug output because the only thing that gets passed through as a result is anything within a print statement because
Mm.
that's how the Python REPL is defined.
Okay. So Okay, this is a different one. Okay. Yeah. So you are saying, but I didn't use verbose. Okay, verbose equal to 2. Any idea what 2 means?
I think that means more verbose. And I think if you did like less verbose, it wouldn't have all of the green text, and it would only have the things that
verbose equal to 0? Does it allow?
I think it's only 1 and 2, if I recall the documentation.
Okay.
I would prefer 0 and 1, but
Yeah.
I guess it's 1 based. So while that's running, I guess you don't need to unshare your screen because you can still see mine. I wonder if I'm going to briefly pin mine though to the. What happened when I pinned my presentation? Did it show up for you?
No, let me pin yours.
Oh, okay. So pinning it is more personal, perhaps.
Yeah.
You can't. Me pinning my presentation doesn't impact yours.
Yeah. I'll probably stop presenting. Just true.
Actually, okay. Next time you share, I'd be curious to check the live stream to see which one wins. You know, in terms of them getting the main stage from the live streaming perspective. But for now, I'll just show here the output. So, oops, switch laptop here. So, okay, it got all the way to the end with Claude. And, oh, we did get one syntax error. Okay, let's start at the top. It's a lot of output. Okay, oh, even more. Okay, so, oh, even more. Wow. So following all of this logic, importing pandas, printing the CSV, that is what has always been happening. Here is my analysis of the data. Oh, I think I didn't actually include the as if yet. So I'm going to add that now. So it'll be the task. Please write and execute a Python script to analyze its content. The script should be out. Please reproduce the script as if it is plain text. Please pass the script to the Python REPL as if it is plain text, as if the script is plain text. Conduct a comprehensive analysis of the following data. Please write and execute a Python script to analyze that data. Ensure that the script uses the print function to display any relevant analysis results. Please pass the script to the Python REPL as if the script. Please write I'm going to put execute later. Please, so that it give instructions about plain text before it executes it. Please write a Python script to analyze that data. Ensure that the script uses the print function to display any relevant analysis results. Please pass the script to the Python REPL as if the script is plain text. Okay. So I'll execute that, and then while it runs, you can take over again. Okay, that's running. Do you have any output from your next run?
No, it is still running. I tried to run for the second time, right? Yeah, that is still running actually.
Okay. So we should, I guess I care most about the beginning of my output because we will see pretty immediately if there are backticks or not. And if it still has backticks, I'm going to take your approach. Oh, yeah, there they are. Okay, I thought I was so genius with my as if. It might work better if it's like a second task, like you said, separating the writing of the code from the cleaning of the code. So I'm gonna try one more thing, which is using your phrases of like don't include, don't include, don't include a million times. And if that doesn't work, I'll separate it out to two tasks like you did as well. So please write a Python script to analyze that data. Please remove any backticks before using the Python REPL to execute the script. In other words, pass the print the code as if it is plain text, and then I can also include it in the Python REPL. The Python shall use this input should be a valid Python command. Did you add anything in the tool description itself about backticks?
Tool description, let me double check. Parse a Python code, resolve any errors, execute, and return the output. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just try this and let me know when yours finishes running.
Yeah, it's quite strange. It's 7 minutes. It's still running.
Are you getting any? So sometimes I think CrewAI runs for longer than expected if it hits an error again and again, because it'll keep trying to solve the problem in different ways until it.
Yeah, I'm getting the error saying invalid format. Remember, we used to get the missing action afterthought, right?
Oh yeah, and that error went away when we changed to GPT-4 as opposed to a small llama-based model.
But now I'm using GPT-4.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And also I see another error, not error, a message. I think this you already got it, I believe, right? That is, given the constraints encountered with processing large data set in the REPL tool and the syntax error due to the enormous volumes of data, it is clear that executing Python code for the data analysis directly with this environment is not feasible.
Yeah. Are you still using a 300-line CSV file?
Yes, I didn't cut down any of the data. That's correct.
Yeah, I kept having the looping happen when I had the 300, and the only solution I could find so far was cutting it down to 50 lines.
Okay, let me try that then. Yeah, that's a
Cool.
good. So that, okay, so I'll do that for this exercise.
Yeah.
But let's say if I want to do all those. So now question is there a limit with REPL or is it getting a token limit with GPT-4? Where is
My
that?
guess is it's a token limit with GPT-4 because I feel like it was getting cut off in that portion. And maybe that's something we can modify in the same place where we're setting the temperature to be 0. There might be an additional parameter we can use to tell it to accept longer inputs and produce longer outputs. Actually, yeah, that's a quick change. Maybe before doing anything, you can look up what that parameter would be.
Yeah, but okay. I'm just second guessing myself, right? Because it is complaining about REPL tool. The REPL tool doesn't have to do anything with GPT-4, right?
REPL tool, right? That's just a Langchain tool.
Yeah. So because it is clearly saying, at least complaining that, let me see again the error message.
You want to share
So
your screen with the error message?
yeah, let me share. Allow to share screen. Okay. Can you see my code space?
Yes.
Okay. So let me get this down. And okay, so here it goes. So yeah, okay. So you can see, right? Given the constraints, this is all line.
Sorry, 1 second. I just need to plug in my laptop. Okay. Yes, I can see.
Yeah, given the constraints encountered with processing the large dataset in the REPL tool and the syntax error due to the enormous volumes of data, it is clear that executing Python code within this environment is.
So I think, this is not an error message. This is GPT-4 writing a summary of why it is deciding to end working on this. You know what I mean? I think we might see more details on the error if we scroll up on the trace.
Yeah.
But that final output where it says due to constraints of the Python REPL, that is GPT-4's take on the matter, you know?
That's interesting. Okay, so here's the one, right? So you're saying, okay, I get what you're saying, but let's go to the debug, right? Because these are the verbose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, task output given the constraint.
But again, see the green above it? So all of that. And yeah, anything that's written in like full sentences, that's going to be a GPT, is going to be the LLM's output. So let's keep going.
So then there is no error as such, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm having a pretty strong sense that. Oh, let's see that. Okay, so there's no error here. It's just going to try to use the tool. Yeah, and I think yeah, I think it's the API running out of space. And I think we can try changing that via the parameters when we're instantiating the LLM.
Okay. So let me do
Oh,
some.
before you stop sharing your screen, I want to briefly check the live stream to see if to see how the multiple screen shares are managed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it shows your screen and it shows MK. And now if let's see what happens when maybe if I move something on this screen, it will. Oh, but I guess we're both moving. And so what if I do, if I pin? Yeah, I think that's a personal thing again. It might be the most recent one. Oh, so keep yours on. I wonder what happens if I share and unshare mine. So yours is still on, but it's sort of like that game I play with my daughter where you keep putting your hands on top of each other. So the first, the latest one to share wins. Okay, I just need to find my screen share. Okay, so I took, oh, that worked. Yep, you're still sharing. I unshared and shared, and now on the live stream, it's showing my screen instead. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so what am I doing? Did I run anything again? No, I was, what I'm doing is creating another task to go after the analysis task that will take the code written by the analysis task and clean it and run it. So please conduct a comprehensive analysis of the following data. Please write a Python script to analyze that data. Ensure that the script uses the print function to display any relevant analysis results. I might as well put it in both tasks, right? That's, I think, what you did. Please remove any backticks. In other words, print the code as if it is plain text.
Yeah.
Please write a Python script to analyze that data and okay. And then the code task, I will not pass in any context because we learned sequential mode in CrewAI automatically is aware of the context. And where do I tell it which tool to use?
Remember, I mean, we don't specify which tool. Yeah.
At the agent level.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you
I'm
just
just
specify the
yeah.
tools. Yeah. But
So I'm just afraid if I write, did you use the same agent for both those tasks?
yes. Yeah, I have only single agent. That's correct.
Okay. I was afraid that maybe the first task, because I'm saying write a Python script, I'm afraid that it will think it needs to execute it as well. And so maybe it'll be more foolproof and predictable to use separate agents, one agent that does not have access to the Python REPL and one that does. But I'll test it like this for now. So expected output. Okay, yeah, I can do it here. A Python script printed as, yeah, I think this should make it pretty clear that I don't want it to execute it. A Python script printed as plain text, as if it is plain text. Okay. And then I have, okay, analysis task. Oops, this is the summary task, and I meant to call this code task. Oof, I'm having copy paste confusion. Oh, okay, I accidentally copied this twice. Code task. Execute the code written by the previous task. Remove any backticks from the code written by the previous task, then execute it with the Python REPL. The printed output of the Python code. Create actionable insights and summary. And again, I'm not going to use explicit context. Create actionable insights and summary of all insights generated so far. Top 10 list of tips tailored to top 10 list of tips. Include references to relevant numeric or to relevant data points from the analysis so that we can check if the context is available to that summary agent. Include references to relevant data points from the analysis. Okay. Run. If that doesn't work, I'm going to ask you for your prompts. And if that still doesn't work, I'm going to create two separate. Oh, and I need to add this here, down here. Okay, so this is going to be not necessarily the moment of truth right away, because if it has backticks, the next task has still the opportunity to save it. Oh wow, that was pretty fast so far. Yeah, Claude, Anthropic Claude can be quite fast. Okay, so I saw some code without backticks. Let's see which task did that. Starting task, conduct of comprehensive. Okay, so this is the task description. Please write okay, here is a Python script to analyze the data. Okay, so the very first task is already doing it correctly. Maybe because I am being clear about it not executing it. And maybe just having a task be more atomic and simple makes it do a better job at doing its task. Okay, so that's all looking good. Do I need to use a tool? No. Oh, yep, that's correct. That's correct. I don't want it to execute it. Wow, that's good. And then the script above prints a basic analysis of the, including blah, blah, blah. And it finished the chain.
And then there is an user warning error. Prompt must alternate between human and...
Oh, this is a Claude issue. Oh, and look, the blog addresses this. So just in case you haven't used Anthropic, the way it works is you need to, like, as you continue a conversation, you need to have a delimiter between when the human is speaking versus the assistant. And the default delimiter is human : so anytime, and then assistant : so looks like this author has a solution, which is awesome. You will need to adjust the prompt to include indicators like human, but once that is done, you should be up and running your examples. But no sample code of how you adjust the prompt. I got my hopes up there. It seems like it sort of ended the blog a bit prematurely.
Right.
I wonder if the author actually got past the error.
I think he's asking to just include the human colon in the prompt and see if that works, right?
Oh, in the task definition, you think?
He's saying in the prompt, so yeah, probably task definition, yes.
But the thing is, the task definition, I don't think is the actual prompt, because I think the CrewAI actually implements the prompt. It uses some sort of prompt templates under the hood, because how else is it going to pass the context of the sequential actions to the LLM? I think it's, whatever we're passing here doesn't directly go into the LLM.
Makes sense, right? Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be something more low level. And that blog was the only thing I found on CrewAI and Claude, I believe. So I might need to. Is there support for other LLMs? Yeah, because the issue with other LLMs is that they have this type of thing where they have a slightly different requirement in the prompting. So does CrewAI support this? Don't forget we have CrewAI uses Langchain for this, so you can call any LLM provider if Langchain supports it. So when you mentioned works with Langchain, so it works with CrewAI out of the box, I don't know if I believe that, because when I wrote the Bedrock benchmark tool on GitHub, I had and I wanted to support GPT-4. I had to make some modifications. Oops, let me pull it up in my GitHub. So I'll show you how I made those modifications. Here, yeah, it's a Python. It's a notebook, and oh, right, but the actual code is in the utils file, utils.py. Oh, maybe we didn't use Langchain. Okay, yeah, we did not use Langchain. Right. I sort of have that on my mind. If I feel like continuing to contribute to this, it could probably simplify the code base to use Langchain, because theoretically it should smooth things out like Scorpion said.
Okay, Jan, I have to join another call. And before
it's yeah, we're up on time and we didn't even get a chance. Let's email about the textbook. But it sounds like you're good with it, right?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask Emily. Thanks for your time. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Good talk. Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.